Welcome in, everyone. Welcome into the Dawning Soul. My name is Melanie Dawn. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the new moon in Pisces. We are at 28 degrees Pisces. We are moving into Aries. Tomorrow is the equinox, where the light and the darkness have equal measure, and we'll be moving obviously more into the light as daylight takes over, and we're going to be entering Aries. This is that final release, this new moon on the last degree of Pisces, the final release of any excess baggage, any unnecessary people, things, places in your life that no longer need to be there. This is that final release. And we're moving into Aries with the sun tomorrow, and pushing forward into that energy of fire, and that fire horse energy of creation, of new beginnings, of everything that is meant for you. So, Mercury retrograde has definitely brought some chaos. Hopefully, as it exits tomorrow, that we will no longer have that energy for a little while. I mean, that does happen about every, couple of months. We go into retrograde, but anyways, I know I'm rambling. This is that energy. It feels very chaotic to me, and sort of discordant. Not everything is in harmony, and that's okay. These whatever these issues are, if you're feeling the same thing, these are there for you to pay attention to acknowledge. I know I can have that tendency of being toxically happy because I don't want to have my peace disrupted. And I have actually caught myself in an argument this week by saying, I don't want to hear any of your negative shit. And that's a very toxic stance to be in, that I didn't want to hear any negativity because it was disrupting my flow. But quite honestly, that energy is there, and ignoring it or telling somebody you don't want to hear their opinions because it's in contrast to how you want to feel, that's negative and chaotic in itself for your own peace. That's not helping the situation. So there, that's what I agree. We have lead. Let's see what this energy has. Just one at a time. Summer. Chaos. Well, I'm not surprised that chaos card came out. Let's look at what the lead is. The lead is extremely, it's not, let's see, lead. Okay, lead is the first metal. Its properties are heavy and dense and unwavering and steady. It is often perceived as the metal that initiated the entire alchemical drive to turn what is base, lead, into what is noble, gold. It correlates to the planet Saturn and its love of rules and structure. On one hand, this card implies a fixed position or burden that may be weighing you down, and weighing down the work. On the other hand, lead can arrive just in time to ground a situation, to bring an alchemist back to humble beginnings. Either way, the presence of lead is sobering. We cannot ignore it. The impatient alchemist may be discouraged to see it in the laboratory, as it reminds us of how far we have to go. Approach this card with reverence, for it is an ongoing process. Yeah, and I feel this. I feel this so much down deep in my heart. This chaos, this energy, this, the summer card, the light returning, shining down to illuminate what it is that you're struggling with. Confusion, chaos, these are, it's about denying the feelings that you have. It's denial of anger or frustration. And it's not that you're denying it, you might be denying it from your energy, right? It's like it's there, it's inside you, yet you don't want it to come spilling out. And it's there. These emotions, chaotic emotions, are a deep part of you. You cannot ignore them. It is not a healthy thing to ignore them, because then they bubble out when you least want them to, and can cause more chaos if you ignore them. And, I love that there's a web in here with this darkness, and it's bleeding out into things. And this is really, truly your emotion, your emotional body, the emotional threads of how you feel. It is all in it. It's an integral part of your structure. And if you do ignore them, they do bleed out into areas that are unconfined and unstructured. And this is a beautiful analogy of how that works. You can't keep everything contained and in order and in line. Some things are meant to be felt and released in order for you to keep building stronger connections. And the lead is here to steady you, to remind you of that. This presence of your emotions during this eclipse, how you feel about things, what you're ignoring in your life, those are prominent and forceful, and that's what Mercury retrograde does. And Pisces, it's ignoring your feelings and pretending they don't exist. I want to go back to summer here really quick. Okay, here's what she says about summer. This is the summer air kisses every crevice of our body, opening us up in ways long forgotten. Lust, desire, laughter, sweat, physicality. These are all expressions of summer's fullness shining through. When this card appears, knows that the senses are heightened and the work is nearing full expression. It may feel as though things are electrified or about to burst. Keep in mind that, like all the alchemical seasons, summer will pass. For now, everything in your narrative is fleshed out, and the story has just another chapter or two until it begins again. So revel in this time of ripening and rhythm. Celebrate, gather, connect. Whether the season is literal or metaphorical, let yourself be swept into the pulse of these hot and heavy nights. So yes, allow what needs to be illuminated. Feel into your energy. All of your feelings are relevant. They all spring from the same source. they all ground you in this life, into the next, from the past. All, you know, it's spherically, we have spheres. And I honestly don't think that we are separate from our last life to this life to our next life. And it could be all happening simultaneously. I mean, if you're ever watching string theory, I mean, I love to listen to the physicists. I love I watch that stuff all the time. It's a wonderful mental exercise. And there is so much about this world that we don't know, that we're just now understanding. And time and separation are illusionary dreams. And I don't know where I'm going to go with this, so I'm just going to stop here. Let's get into this reading, because now I've definitely gone off on a tangent. The cats were really crazy this morning. I have a picture of Eros standing on his tippy toe, on his hind legs, reaching up on top of the wall. So he's like 6 feet up the wall. I don't know what he was looking at. Thriving, love, flexibility. And I think the point of these is you are moving into a new period. This chaos will leave. This period, this too shall pass, right? When is immaterial. When it passes is immaterial. You will realize that it passes. But the importance is to understand your feelings, to honor them, to express them, to let somebody think that you're not irritated. I mean, yeah, you want to keep the peace and you don't, but irritation exists. It's there for you to pay attention to. You should be asking yourself, why am I irritated? But these cards here are telling you, Aries is moving forward, thriving, love, flexibility. Be flexible. Be flexible with your own heart. Be flexible with your own environments, with your own presence. Understand that love is coming from you, and that thriving that you're wanting in your life is in your life. It exists already there for you. It's not separate from you. And if you would just recognize and allow and be at peace with the fact that yes, you're angry, or yes, you're irritated, or yes, you want some, behavior to end, or you want to change something. Let love grow. Perfect acceptance. I love that these are perfect acceptance is understanding that all of this bleeding out of your emotions, this illuminating, this chaos of it happening is there for you to accept it, to be flexible with yourself, to allow grace for how you feel. Letting love grow from yourself, for yourself. It's not for anybody else. Yes, you love people. And there are so many forms of relationships and love and appreciation and compassion and empathy, but being flexible with how you understand yourself, split your focus, and that's what you have been doing. Trust the call. Don't split your focus. You don't want to split your focus. Let's see. Move your body, spacious mind and soul. And I'm feeling this chaotic energy still. It's, let's get into this a little bit then. I put some of these cards on the table because they were a little more aggressive in shadow work. The Livaria, the Samhadi, and the Angelarium that I'm working with now. You have let go of so much. Angel of forgetting. Angel of forgetting. Angel of forgetting. I think that's this. It's like I had this strange dream a couple of years ago. And the one thing, besides all the other emotions in this dream, this voice who I was with said, "You are forgetting. You are forgetting." And I remember being so contrite, like, what am I forgetting? What? Tell me, what is it that I am forgetting? And quite honestly, this dream has been with me for 2 years. Me sitting here, efforting. What was I forgetting? What did I forget? What am I overlooking? What am I not seeing? It's all the split your focus, forgetting. This is energy of chaos. This is energy of not fully embracing this perfect acceptance, not fully embracing your emotions and your destiny, your path, your journey. Like, this is not trusting why we're here or our purpose, or maybe it's you're forgetting the bounty of the universe, that there is more than enough for everyone, that everyone can thrive. There's more than enough in this universe for that. There's more than enough in this universe for love. We are love. We are born, created of love. And maybe that's what we're forgetting. We're forgetting to trust the call. We're forgetting. We're splitting our focus by not trusting, by not accepting. Spacious mind, body, and soul. That's thriving. That's love. Love, let love grow. Being flexible in that. Allowing the universe to work through us. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. That's why I do these cards. To work through those questions, to find those answers, to Allow to receive, to feel, to use that muscle of intuition and discernment. Stay in alignment as you grow. Healer, seer, soul purpose, stay in alignment. The sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, balance. That's this summer, like, you know how they say the summer of love. Be open to the sweetness, be open to the thriving, be open to love, be flexible, be forgiving of your own inflexibility, be forgiving of your own self-sabotage. Be like, you think of all the things that you need to be flexible about, right? But allow yourself the beauty of what's in this world. Allow yourself to feel into this spaciousness. Be wide open with the sun, with love. Move your body with your emotions. Trust the call. Be in acceptance of that. That's beautiful power. What do we have as a chakra today? The angel of forgetting is here to remind you of trusting the divine, of trusting what's in store for you, of trusting the journey, of allowing the thriving, of allowing love, divine masculine energy, of creation. That's that fire horse energy. Fire horse energy, Aries energy, summer, you know, the sun, sensuality, enjoyment, pleasure. All right, I'm just going to get a few of the tarot to wrap this up. And I'm sorry that this reading is a bit chaotic. Let's see. Warrior of Pentacles. Justice. And it was upside down. Let's see. Two of Cups. Spirit of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. Ace of Wands. You have so many good things happening for you. You really, truly do. You're building. You're wanting to share that cup. You're calling in justice. You've been efforting, closing up cycles, letting go of karmic entanglements, laying beautiful groundwork. Warrior of Pentacles, Spirit of Pentacles, wanting to stay balanced, wanting the Two of Cups, allowing to close up cycles in your life in order to be the Ace of Wands. Letting go of heaviness, burdens, this chaos, this forgetting, letting it go. Ace of Wands, passion. Passion for who you are. Passion for thriving. Passion for love. Passion for what is happening in your life. Passion for sweetness. Listening to your body. Listening to your soul. Listening to your heart. Even your mind. Your logic. This is masculine energy. It's thriving. It's foundational. It's loving. It's passionate. Be in perfect acceptance. Find the flexibility and allow your soul purpose, allow the growth, allow the alignment. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Melanie Dawn, and this is The Dawning Soul, and I will see you next time. If this resonated with you, I invite you to carry it forward, subscribe, share, or simply breathe it in.